Ice Cream Conversation. Ice Cream Conversation. Let's go. Forever on the grind all day, every day. Ice Cream Convos, always real, they never play. Download the podcast, listen on any day. Why didn't I do this sooner? Only thing you ever say. Xaviera, best host of all time. All of the faithful listeners will say they never lie. Check every story they run, like me with the rhymes. When other shows report anything, it should be a crime. Entertainment news, yeah, I gotta get mine from ICC, and you should be inclined to do the same if you got half a mind. I do co-sign this lady to shine like Frankenstein. Cut it the day design. IceCreamConvos.com. Tune in, yeah. This influence by IceCreamConvos.com.
Welcome to the Ice Cream Convos Podcast, where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news. I am your host, Xaviera.
And I'm your co-host, Karla.
And this time we don't have an echo. But thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of the Ice Cream Convos Podcast. I am especially excited about today's episode because we are welcoming our guys' final draft back to the show. So how long has it been? It's been a couple years.
It's definitely been more than two, maybe. But has it been two?
Yeah, it's definitely been a couple years since we had the guys here. So I'm very, very excited about having everyone come in and everyone see the guys. And we're going to talk about their new album, which is titled The New Kings of R&B. I always say new, but it is New Kings of R&B.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that title.
Yes. So I spent most of the day diving into the album, but we'll talk about that when the guys actually get here. So if you are joining us live in tonight's chat, what I would like for you all to do is to let me know where you're checking in from. Share tonight's chat live with your other friends on YouTube and on Facebook or wherever you are listening and watching to let them know that we are on the air. So before we get started, we usually do a prayer request. So tonight I want you guys to pray for my hair because I'm already hot.
Girl.
I'm already hot and I can already feel my hair swelling up on the back of my neck. So it's already, I literally want to put it in a ponytail, but I spent too much time growing it. Yeah.
It looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you. And shout out to Karla and I for having our matching outfits on tonight. Right? We have on our ICC uniforms. So I'm very excited. Thank you all for everyone who has tuned in. So I figured we would just go ahead and jump into the show before the guys arrive. And the first thing that I want to talk about is Karla, Dr. Dre is getting a divorce. And do you remember many, many moons ago when a great rapper by the name of Eazy-E said, Dre Day only make easy pay day? You remember that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, Dre Day is trying to, he just might be making Nicole Young's payday. So, Dr. Dre and Nicole Young, they are splitting. They are splitting after 24 years of marriage. But here's where things get interesting. Nicole filed for divorce after 24 years of marriage, literally 4 days after their 24th anniversary. Now, when people do things that are that strategic like that, it only leads me to believe or think to myself, now, was there some fine print in a document somewhere that literally said, after 24 years of marriage, you are entitled to, or after 24 years of marriage, you are no longer obligated to, because sis, like on your anniversary, you should be flying away somewhere, jet setting or something or other. But sis was like, no, I'm gonna head on down to the courthouse and do this little paperwork up in the yells, yang, yang, yang. So she filed court documents against, Dr. Dre to go ahead and separate. But sis literally filed a new court document that said she needs temporary spousal support. Would you like to ask me the dollar amount of temporary spousal support Nicole Young is seeking?
Please tell. How much? How much she want?
Sis want $1.9 million a month.
Wow. That sounds like she don't want a divorce then.
I could live 3 lifetimes and not see $1.9 million.
Wow. Yeah.
Be like, I could die and come back 3 times and I'm still going to be in the hole about 1 million, because I probably can come up with the 0.9, but the 1 million, I just don't see that. But yes, temporary spousal support.
So what does that, I wonder, like, what does that entail? Like, what is what is temporary? Is it a year? Is it how long? You know that's what I would want to explain. That I'm curious, especially with that amount. Like, how long will she get that?
Well, the first thing that I had to reconcile with myself last night when I wrote this story, I was like, Zavi, just go ahead and write the story and back out and mind your business. Because at this point in the game, I'm not in the right tax bracket to talk about this situation.
True.
I'm not in the right tax bracket.
True that.
I am not in the right tax bracket to talk about this situation. So I was like,
neither.
Let me just mind my Black middle class business, striving for upper class. Right? I was like, let me just mind. But no, so basically what I understand this to be, because I'm happily married, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't never had to go through a divorce. Shout out to everyone who has, because I know it's not an easy thing to go through. But from what my understanding is, temporary spousal support basically means, while you want to keep fighting me in court over this little stupid ass money, this is how much money I'm going to need you to pay me so I can sustain my lifestyle and continue to live until the court or the judge or you and I come to some type of agreement on what my real spousal support gonna be. Right.
But see, that's why I said, what is the real definition? Because you know how long stuff can get tied up in courts and how long it may. Wow. But like you said, that ain't none of my business, because I don't even know how to understand it. I'm not in
the right tax bracket.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. So,
I ain't in the right tax bracket.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Just asking for a friend.
I'm just asking for a friend. So yeah. So shout out to Dr. Dre. I mean, they say it's cheaper to keep her. I really don't know what his situation is, but based off of $1.9 million a month. Wow. Now, both of their children are adults. So it's not like she's asking for child support. I don't know what type of living situation they got. I just don't know. But as of right now, sis went $1.9 million a month. Yeah. You can't even say a month, a munch. So I ain't mad at her, because I remember when I broke up, I couldn't even get $20 towards the U-Haul. So I'm just like, okay,
girl, bye. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
In other news, Silento. Now, some of y'all, depending on what age range you in, and if you don't have cheering at home, doing all the little TikToks and all that other mess, you probably saying to yourself, well, who is Silento? Silento is, don't watch me whip, and watch me nay.
That's what he should have been named. That's when you be like, the whip nay boy. That's how you address it.
Absolutely. The whip and nay boy. So Charles Silento got out in Santa Ana, California, and lost his darn mind. I don't know what the heck happened with that young man, but basically, long story short, he ended up getting arrested on one day because him and his girlfriend got into it. And apparently he put hands on her. The police came out there and got him. So they temporarily locked him up for a little bit. And then after they let him go, the very next day, he went through his neighborhood and literally ran up in somebody's house with a hatchet. Now, when I say somebody's house, I'm literally talking about a complete stranger. Silento walked up in the home of a complete stranger with a hatchet. The man didn't know where his girlfriend was. So I'm going to need you, while I go ahead and check my text messages, I'm going to need you to go ahead and tell me what kind of narcotic he was on that day.
Hey, listen, that ain't even girl. I don't know, but listen, what is going on with mental health, especially with our young hip hop artists? I hate to say our young artists, period, because I just feel like, and in this time right now, who's running in somebody's house? He's definitely on something. Look, I can't even call it. I don't know that K2. Listen, I can't call it. It's something, because who's running in somebody's house right now as a young black man, as a black person, period, just running up in somebody's house? Who doing that?
For me, the blessing in it, when I looked at it, I was like, the blessing in this is the fact that when the police came out, if he has a hatchet, they quick. Oh, he a black man. He got a weapon. Deadly weapon.
I'm saying. Exactly. We've seen it. I've seen it happen. Listen, I didn't see it happen in the hood. Not a death, thank God. But I've seen where, I've seen people get beat up pretty bad. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Way less. For just walking down the wrong street. You know what I'm saying? And you running up with a hatchet.
He running up in folks' house with a hatchet. And so he was trending on social media. Twitter is the gift that keeps on giving, because when you get on Twitter, you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Like, my name could be trending on Twitter and your first thought would be, oh, it must be something with Ice Cream Convos. And then you get on Twitter and click on my name and it's going to be something you did not expect. So when I saw Silento trending on Twitter yesterday, I said, oh, everybody is talking about him being arrested. Everybody is probably looking into it and finding out about the story because, it happened over on the West Coast. And sometimes it takes a minute for things to travel on our side of town. Y'all, and I have to say, y'all, Silento was trending on social media because someone was allegedly circulating a photo of his anus.
What?
I'm just going to give you a second
to
digest
serious?
that.
Stop playing.
No. I wish I were.
Wow. Twitter.
Twitter. And I'm like,
wow. Come on, y'all. Come on.
Y'all. Yeah. So that is why Silento was trending on Twitter yesterday. He didn't drop a new song. He didn't do a remix of Whippin' Nene from the Pen with some of his inmates. He didn't come up with a new dance. And He was trending because someone showed a photo of his back door. Wow. And we're not talking about his house. And then I thought to myself, because I did not want to see that. So I didn't try to go search it out. But I thought to myself, who verified that this was Silento's back door?
Right. Yeah, that's the question, right? You don't really want to know, but it's like in your head, it's like, who was the person that really? Wow, that's crazy. I'm glad I didn't have to run up on that.
How does one verify a anal photo? I know this is going completely left, and but how?
So, the ways I'm thinking about, I'm not even.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Right now, but
Let's cash out. So, I want to share a little bit, but some of you may know, that I talked to on a personal level. We had a COVID-19 scare inside my house. You may recall that. But thank God we were all good. We got tested and everybody was okay. But that was a long window from the time you get tested until the time you get your results. So if you're listening live, please let us know in the comments. Have you had a COVID test? How was your experience getting the test? Because I know when I got my test, I was bracing myself for them to rub the back of my brain with that Q-tip. But it didn't feel, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
Okay.
Or thought it was going to be.
Okay.
For me, it felt like, you ever drink a soda and then it's carbonated and it go up in your nose and it kind of burn in the back area?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what it felt like after the test was done. You still get the little burning sensation. I didn't feel like I had to sneeze or anything, but so for anyone else who has had a COVID-19 test, please let me know your experience or drop down in the comments if you're listening to this on a regular podcast day. But if you are listening live, let me know if you've had a COVID-19 test in your experience. But Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, the highest paid man in Hollywood, took to social media to let us know he and his entire family, with the exception of his eldest daughter, Simone, his wife, and their two small children, Jasmine and Tiana, all four of them tested positive for COVID-19.
Wow.
And it was one of those things where, with The Rock, you think, The Rock, he's super healthy. He's always working out. He's always doing this. He's always doing that. And you would think that he would have been a little bit more careful, but he basically said that it was a situation where, they were around some friends and somebody had somebody, but somebody. And
and see, that's the part where no one wants to be social distance or keep anyone away from loved ones. But that's why they kind of stress the gatherings. And because the more people you add outside of your your home, you got to kind of play the guessing game. Like, you don't know who they've been around. Everyone, unfortunately, doesn't take universal precautions the same either. You know, we all, so, and it's not talking, it's not judging. We just don't. And that's with any virus or anything. So, but from what it sounds like, you know, it's not severe. Their symptoms and stuff aren't severe, right?
Well, he said they went through it. He said that they are good now. You know, he said they are good now. Things are, you know, they're on the other side of it, so to speak, you know. So he said things are looking good. They're on the other side of it. But I feel like things like this, you know, I appreciate The Rock being transparent because it's a reminder to us. Like, I know outside look tempting. I know people are getting more relaxed. Even I, in full transparency, sometimes I get a little too relaxed and I'm like, "Ooh, I need to chill." Cause that was, you know, what I just did right there. That was a little too relaxed. So just let this be a reminder for all of us to still continue to be careful, still continue to wear your mask, still wash your hands, still social distance, just still take those precautions because, you know, some people are fortunate enough to make it through. And then there's some people who just head to the crossroads with Uncle Charles. Yeah.
And that's the thing. We have to be mindful. And if we want it to stop the spread, I just want to stress like that part, because I live, for everyone that doesn't know, I live in Philly. I live in Pennsylvania, and we're proof that, like, our numbers right now, we're almost in the green. Wow. But we were, you know, we started as soon as everything in March, we shut down mask. It was mandatory. And don't get me wrong, we're not perfect, but you know, if we go to the health department and you look at our numbers, and most of our areas are at like a 1% rate of COVID. So, and I'm proud of that, because it just, you know, it gives me motivation and inspires me. It shows that, and if you look at other countries, if we do what we need to do, we will get past this. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So our friend, Miss Regine, says she got her results in one day. Well, I should have went where she went, because where my cousin went, she got her results in one day. It literally took us a full 7 days to get our results.
Yeah. And that's the tricky part about the testing too, because I'm hearing different things. You hear some people get like that fast track testing right back. And then others, you know, that's anxiety alone. You know, I can imagine what you went, you know.
Considering the fact that I am a homegrown hypochondriac, I literally laying in the bed like, oh, it feel like I can't breathe. Oh, it feel like, oh, and then one time I sneezed and I was like, oh, not like this, Jesus, not like this. Oh Lord, oh Lord. I literally drove myself nuts for a full 7 days waiting on that testing. And, you know, it just is what it is. I am very, very terrible with hypochondria. And a lot
of people though, you know, and these times we all a little worried. You know,
no, I'm bad. Like, I can have a headache and I can go on WebMD and I'm like, okay, so one of two things. Either I got a headache or I got a brain tumor.
Or pulmonary or aneurysm. Look, I was trying to clean it up for you. I'm trying to clean it up. Yes, you are, but you're getting better. You're working on it. I'm
trying. I am really, really, really trying. But when I tell y'all, I went through it, it was terrible. It was a long ass week. It was a truly, truly long ass week. So, you know, just for, if you know anyone or if you have been affected by COVID, you know, on a personal level, or if you see others, just pray for everyone who has been touched by this pandemic. I never in a million years would have ever thought in a million years that we would be dealing with this in the year of our Lord 2020. It's bad enough we got the other dude, and now we got to deal with a pandemic. So just send up a prayer for everyone who is dealing with that. So I'm very excited. I see Team Final Draft is in the house. Final Draft. Yeah, I see y'all in the comments. Team Final Draft is in the building. So we're just waiting for the guys to come on through, and we're going to have a good time with them. Yeah. But Karla, there was a story that I did not put on the list today. For one, I didn't know if I would be able to get myself together enough to be able to talk about it. But I think I am going to go ahead and talk about it. I wrote a story today about a man, and his name is Jason Mesich. And I'm Mesich. I don't know, whatever room I'm calling from, whatever his name is.
He doesn't deserve it to be pronounced right anyway.
No, he doesn't. But I want people to know what type of trash he is. I want his name to ring alarms everywhere for the rest of his life. Yes. But this man, Minnesota, we back in Minnesota. So, and, you know, shout out to all of my Minnesota ICC friends. Unfortunately, at this particular time, anytime I hear the word Minnesota, Minneapolis, any of it, all of it, I automatically go to George Floyd and Philando Castile.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two first thoughts that I have anytime I hear Minnesota or Minneapolis. But now I'm going to have a third thought that comes to my mind anytime we are talking about Minnesota and or Minneapolis. So basically, this guy, Jason Mesich, last Sunday, August 30th, he got into some type of argument with his wife in the garage about their lack of sex. Okay. So, all right. That's not uncommon. You know, that's something that can happen. You know, you never want to give me none. Boy, I got a headache.
All over the world. All over the world.
That is a very common argument. Yes. So nothing about that just jumped out at me like, oh, you know, okay. And so they got into an argument over lack of sex. All right. Makes sense. I heard that before. Well, at some point in time during the argument, he decided he was going to go get his gun. So he went to go get his gun. And when he came back, his wife apparently was like, oh, you went to get your little gun, huh? Now, I know I gave that a lot of black girl magic and a lot of black girl flavor. So it probably was like, oh, so you went to get your gun, huh? Well, my bejesus, you went and got your gun. Well, he goes and gets his gun. He comes back. So she tried to bop him. When she tried to bop him, he punched her in her collarbone. Now, the fact that he told the police that he punched her in her collarbone let you know what type of white boy Jason we dealing with. Because Sarah doesn't mean white boy Jason. So,
he said with 2 fists, right? With both hands too. I was trying to figure that out. This ain't a funny matter, but that's what I was trying to figure out too. Like
my visual literally was like punch her like right here.
Me too.
Or was he shoving her back?
That's probably that. Okay.
All right. So he punches her in the collarbone with 2 fists. And thank you for pointing that out because that was a little nuts.
Yeah, very.
So then he says, you know, she tried to hit him. He punched her in the collarbone with 2 fists. And then she came back with oh, you got your little gun? Shoot me. He was like, okay. He told the police he emptied the entire clip to make sure she was dead. Okay.
That's horrible.
Okay. But that's not where this story ends. And that's not, I almost said that wasn't the worst part. Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't the worst part. And I mean, RIP to his lady. But that fool, white boy Jason, left his house and went outside. Now, the details about how this part transpired weren't really like concrete laid out. So I'm just going to tell you based off of the information that I have. Went outside. There's a beautiful black family that lives next door. And they were in the midst of loading a U-Haul to move, which tells me that they already knew what time it was living in this neighborhood or living next to this white fool that they knew maybe we should move. So they were loading up a U-Haul, the entire family, and bullets start flying in their direction.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. Bullets start flying in their direction while they are loading this U-Haul. Now, here's where, I'm going to keep it together. Tap into my inner thug. Because I was like, I vowed to never cry on this show. But the bullets start flying. 2 sisters. I think, what's the sister's name? I think it's Kamisha and Michaela. It's either Kamisha or Kanisha. I'm going to confirm right now. Kanisha. 2 sisters, Kanisha and Michaela. Kanisha is 29. Michaela, 12 years old. Kanisha got shot several times in her leg and in her hip. And Michaela got shot in the head. Michaela is 12 years old. Michaela was holding her 1-year-old niece when those bullets started flying at them. And her aunt said that Michaela shielded the 1-year-old baby while the bullets was coming at them. So, hold on. Yeah. So, Michaela is currently fighting for her life. They had to remove a part of her skull because she had swelling on the brain. They said that it's going to be a very, very long process towards her recovery. Kanisha is on the mend. She's stable. She's on the mend. Both girls are still hospitalized. But due to COVID-19, Kanisha can't even be with her baby.
Yeah, that's horrible.
So Kanisha has been separated from her baby due to her injuries. They had to put a rod in her leg. So I'm trying to keep it together. So y'all, I'm not losing my mom.
You all right? Listen, you all right. We all over here going through it. Like, this is horrible.
Yeah, it really is. And so not only is Michaela, fighting for her life, but Michaela is also a hero. Michaela saved her niece.
Yes, she did.
It could have been even worse than we could ever imagine. It's bad enough, but it could have been even worse.
Yeah.
So I did post a story on the site. The family does have a GoFundMe because the mother has had to come out of work to care for, try to keep it together for the family, right? As Michaela tries to recover and as Kanisha is on, healing, and someone has to take care of the baby and so on and so forth. So they do have a GoFundMe account, and y'all know that I usually don't promote GoFundMes because I receive so many of them on a daily basis. And the reason why I try to stay away from it is because I don't want one person to be like, I sent her a GoFundMe. She didn't post mine, but she posts someone else's. So I usually try to stay away from sharing or posting GoFundMes. But in this particular situation, we are already in a climate where a lot of us are struggling financially due to the pandemic. I'm not saying that they are struggling financially, but they were in the midst of moving. Imagine being in the middle of moving and bullets start flying at you and your family.
I can't. It's just hard. That's a life changing, right? You're moving. You're usually happy when you're moving, right? Mm-hmm. And for that to just, I don't know. Like I'm like you right now. I can't even talk about it. It's just too sad. It's really sad.
Okay, but it doesn't end there. It does not end there. After shooting at the black neighbors that he later told the police, well, they weren't good neighbors anyway, and I hate all kids, is what he told the police. This man went down in his basement, and by the time the police got to the scene, he was in his basement. So they attempted to come down into the basement. He was like, oh, no. He fired 40 rounds of ammunition. I need y'all 40 rounds of ammunition at the police from his basement. They said he was yelling. They said he was throwing things, and he was firing 40 rounds of ammunition. Yeah, he left out of there alive. And I'm wondering if they stopped him by Burger King to see if he wanted a little something to eat.
I know that's right.
To see if he wanted a little something to eat.
Yeah, the whole story is just, it's insane. It's insane. 40 rounds. But
Karla, he came out of there alive. For those who are asking for the GoFundMe, it is on the website. It's on icecreamconvos.com. So when they arrested him, no injuries to him. No, nothing.
Yeah,
take him into custody because, after he got done shooting all his rounds and ran out of rounds and all those other things, then he just decided, okay, I'll go ahead and surrender. I'll go with y'all. Now, had that been Tyrone down in the basement, Tyrone wouldn't even had to have a gun on him. Somebody would have yelled, weapon, and they would have they would have lit him up.
Yep. We've seen it so many times. That's why I don't know if it seems like I'm kind of numb, but that part's just like, I'm not surprised. We watched the kid that, I'm not even going to say his name. We know what he did to that in that church.
Yep.
I can name several different, it's sickening,
We know what the other white Jason did out in Kenosha during the protests. Exactly. When the police rode right past him.
Yep.
Gave him some water. So
many examples. We can give about probably 20 of them. We can do a whole show on that.
One of my ICC friends said, too bad he didn't allegedly have a counterfeit $20 bill.
Wow. Yeah.
And, and people wonder why we say Black Lives Matter. People wonder why we get so upset. People wonder why we protest in the street. Is for things like this, these very things that happen. So for those of you, if you want more information on this particular story, it is on icecreamconvos.com. You know, you can go in, you can read about the story, you can see the news reports, you can hear from Kanisha as well as Michaela's family members, and you can also get a link to their GoFundMe because we need to support this family. Yeah. All right. So we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going to have the new Kings of R&B in the house. I see the Final Draft gang in the building. So shout out to all the Final Draft gang. Y'all up in here strong. So we are going to have a good time. I'm so excited to welcome my guys back. I have been loving these guys from the day that I met them, and they are just so talented and so awesome. So ladies, we are going to have us a good time. So let's go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, we will welcome Final Draft to the show. All right, guys, we are back. Thank you for taking a quick break with us. And now for the men's, I'm going to say men's with the S. Because you're going to be like, man of the hour. For the men's of the hour, my guys, Final Draft, are here on the Ice Cream Convos Podcast. So please join me in welcoming Final Draft to the show. What's up, fellas?
Hey, y'all.
I need y'all to unmute your microphones. Y'all muted.
Hey, what's up?
Okay. Now we got some action. Let me put y'all on the big screen right there. Hello, fellas.
What's up? What's going on?
I'm so happy to see y'all. It's been so long.
Where you been? We miss you.
I know. Well, you know, because of COVID-19 and all those things, we usually run into each other at events, but there haven't been any events and things. But you guys look so awesome. You look great. How you been doing?
Oh, man. Good. Real good.
Just
busy.
Enjoying this ride, man. Enjoying this, this excitement ride we've been on since the EP dropped. So shout outs to you, man. Congratulations on your 10 year. You've been killing it.
10 years in the game, still saying my name.
With the movies. I'm like, I'm about to watch that right now.
Yes, and I definitely want to thank you guys for the way that you do support Ice Cream Conversations. So I was super excited to have the opportunity to return the love. So we got this new album. So much has happened since the last time I talked to you guys, but here we are, new Kings of R&B. So first of all, Karla and I can both tell you, absolutely love the album. I'm going to need part 2. I ran through those 7 tracks so fast. I'm going to need part 2.
We got you. That's good.
So talk to me about the title, the new Kings of R&B, because that was a very ambitious title. Yeah. And you know what happened to that other dude who tried to call himself the new King of R&B. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Right. Like we were talking about. Well, us, man. We be singing. We've been singing hard, really singing, talking about that real R&B feel. We've been bringing that for a long time, and we just ain't nobody singing like us, and we haven't ran into nobody that's been singing like us in a long time. And every time people hear us, they be like, "Man, you bring me back to such and such." They always bring it back to the greats, right? And so it's like we new Kings R&B. Hey. That's how we gonna do it. If our generation, we gotta hold it down.
So we wanted to keep the real in there and mix with today's time and just get people attention. Like, hey, it's some new guys. It's on the market. So we here. So it's like new Kings of R&B. We here.
And just being stamped from legends. From Teddy Riley to Lil G from Silk. That's our vocal coach. John Q Parker from 112. RL, Gerald Austin from the Manhattans. Stevie D from the Force MDs. Barry Gordy. Like major heavy hitters in the game that just says like, yo, you guys are up next. You guys are going to be great. It's kind of like passing the torch. So it's like the new Kings.
All that, everything that solidifies everything that we talk about.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I want to talk about this album. So let me pull it up real quick because I had the album was so good to me, and I'm not even gassing y'all because y'all my guys and I know y'all on a personal level and all that good stuff. But
we appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm serious. Like if it was just I'd be like, congratulations. But no, there's some good music. It was so good. I made notes about it. Listen, I am not playing. I said, this album's so good, I got to make my notes. I had Karla cracking up. Okay, so straight out the gate, we kicking it off with Turn On.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, okay, I see what we doing right here with Turn On.
Let's see.
Okay, but then by the time we got this started, I said, oh, it's time to put the kids to bed. I see where we're going with this. It's time to put the kids to bed. I completely appreciate Mistake, because what girl doesn't love a good Baby I'm Sorry song, right?
Exactly. Sometimes you gotta when you're wrong.
So I'm going to ask, did any personal experiences influence this song here?
Mistakes.
Mistakes and
I mean,
actually a couple of own albums.
We all
some
been through that
experience on
before.
there.
Picking up on your phone and
Like,
she might see something she ain't like, and it might not be a big deal to you, but it's a whole nother. It's a whole nother monster. You know, I feel like everybody has been in a situation like that. You know, and that, and a topic like that is so broad and so out there that so many people relate to it. It was only right to touch into something like that, because when we wrote these songs, we really wanted to make something that people can really relate to. You know what I'm saying? Because you could like my favorite R&B songs, I could relate to them, but sometimes not all the way. You get what I'm saying? It might be a curve through the lyrics, and I'm like, well, yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to say exactly what happened. We
from what a female perspective, what she would say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What the reaction will be. That was the whole.
Yeah. And I'm not afraid to say it. I done been through that. So I have to be real. I done had situations where I experienced, going through the phone situation, and I might have somebody I was talking to, and it might be still in there, So it's experience. What we
I had to turn my notifications off.
You said turn the notifications off. And it's funny because the reason why I asked about if any of these were based off of personal relationships is because y'all know I have a little bit of history in music.
Oh, yeah.
And when I was listening throughout the album, yes, you hit on a lot of general relatable topics, but then there were some things that were like, nah, that's a personal experience right there. Because it was like too pinpointed down, but that's what made it enjoyable for me, because I said, I really know, I hope with all my heart that they actually wrote all of these songs, and you confirmed it for me.
Oh, yes. We did that.
Top to bottom. Yeah. Lucky produce Better and Can't Wait.
Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about Can't Wait, because it's right here on my list.
Right.
Let's go.
Okay, so Again, I love Again because Again gives me a When Can I See You Again babyface vibe.
Yep.
Talk to me about it.
One more.
One more in there.
It's one more?
Yeah.
Do I have to listen?
To me, officially Missing You.
Yeah. Y'all pulled my card. Now I hear it.
So
and it's so funny because when I was playing it for before we actually started the podcast, I was running it back and we were going through the songs talking about which ones were our favorite. And then I was like, Karla, this one right here. I was like, okay, I miss Tamia, but okay, y'all got it.
Y'all got right there with the baby face.
Yeah. I guess I'm trying to age myself a little bit right there. I was like, yeah, that's baby face. Okay, so then let's see, where were we at? We were at Again, right? So Better, absolutely love Better. Better is a very, very solid record. And the one thing that I love is that in each record, you can actually hear each one of your voices because your voices are so distinct. So then I was like, okay, and then y'all all come together. So I guess I just enjoyed it on just a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Because I can appreciate the musicality of it. I can appreciate you all as artists and individual vocalists coming together as an amazing, amazing group. All right. So then we're going to move down to Can't Wait. Now, I know I'm getting ready to tell y'all how old I am.
Now, it's not even that. You love music. You love R&B. You know it.
You know the music.
Okay. Thank you. See, this is why I love them, because they be gassing me. They be gassing me. As soon as I heard this track, my first thought was the Commodore's Night Shift
She's close.
She's close. She's on it. She's on it. Like, you really know this music, man.
I'm too far back. It's something else.
No,
but it's not night shift, though.
He was in the Commodores.
Well, you know what say he is the Commodore.
And the song is called All Night Long.
Yeah.
It's not night shift.
No, it's not night shift.
When we get off this thing, I'm gonna play night shift to y'all too.
I gotta hear that
because I knew Commodores. Okay,
yep.
I knew Commodores, but
together forever.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, all night long. All night long. Okay, y'all got me now. But also, I got listen. If y'all hear night shift, you're gonna be like, okay, she wasn't crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to that. I'm going to listen to that.
Because for you to say the Commodores, you right around.
Yeah, she was on it. Yeah,
right
I'm
here.
telling y'all. I'm just trust me on this.
Right. Oh, we do. We do. You're named like
Yes, and then of course, all of About You. About You is such a beautiful ballad, and it and I remember when y'all first dropped that because we've been able to sit with that one for a minute.
Yeah.
So, what a beautiful way to close out this EP.
Yes.
So how did you guys celebrate the release of the new EP?
Man,
I mean, in a COVID world.
It was crazy.
It was COVID, but we celebrated in New York with the Billboard in Times Square.
We had a Billboard in Times Square.
Man, it was so awesome, man.
Oh,
it was like
we did a little toast,
man.
Yeah.
Like it's like everything. Like you just seen everything that we worked for from the beginning just flash.
Yes.
wow.
And it was just like
streams, likes, everything just went up.
You grow up seeing these things and wanting to be on them one day and seeing them as a kid and like just to see it come true. It's like, man, you can't tell me God ain't
good.
good.
If y'all here watching,
right. God is great.
On there, you can see the Billboard on there, man.
Yeah, man. I'm still like, pinch me.
Yeah.
You know for real.
Now, just talking about you guys' career, you've had a lot of pinch me moments.
Oh yeah.
I actually had the pleasure of being there for one of those.
Yes.
When our guys made their debut on America's Got Talent.
Oh yeah.
How was that experience?
That was. I think it was just crazy, just knowing that millions of people are watching you on TV, and just knowing that the judges, like the pioneers that you're singing in front of,
like they really love us.
Yeah. Like the crowd, that's what we used to. That's what we do. We're used to the screens. We're used to that stage, big stage. It ain't nothing. Yeah. But just knowing that people that stamp the game, legends telling you that you're great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you really pay attention to stuff like that. Right. You can't let stuff like that just go over your head. Like somebody that had a crazy legacy in this game just to tell you, no, you guys are amazing.
It's just like how we said, your lives will never be the same. And exactly.
And ever since it's been up.
Again, winning Simon Cowell over was crazy.
Yeah.
Because he's not an easy win.
No,
yeah, but we was really shocked because backstage he came and talked to us and he was like, live shows. He was like, "You guys are ready?" We was like, "Man, we're more than ready." But like I said, it was a lot of awesome talent there. You know what I mean? It was a good experience. Very good experience.
So during COVID, and I know COVID has been challenging for a lot of us. But one of the things that I want to give you guys credit for was still staying visible, still giving the fans what we love about you. You did virtual concerts. I was tuned in. Y'all was in the living room. Boom. I was at home like, hey. You did your virtual concerts and all of that. So what's the process for y'all in just sitting down and coming together and just figuring out how to keep things still moving in a world that has come to a stop?
Man, it was the team, man. We really came together and we sat there like, okay, our shows is canceled.
What are we going to do?
Can't go here, do meet and greets. Can't do a lot of stuff. We gotta, instead of panicking, we didn't panic. We ain't fold, we sat down and started strategizing how we gonna get.
Hey, shout out to Mom for coming up with the ideas too.
Mom's doing Girl Jam, Mimi, AGC, the whole team, man. So we decided we're going to just give them live performances every 2 weeks. Yeah. We did that for like 4 months. And then we making tickets, giving them tickets. Mm-hmm. It was they're really picking good. Song lists, just keeping them involved as much as possible, making it feel like they're really coming to a show. Mm-hmm. They're just keeping them entertained. And then later on, after that, to fast forward, we just did a show a festival, live virtual festival for Liverpool Sound City with CSAC Guest House Live, and we introduced the new Kings of R&B on there, and that was pretty cool too. So we just been staying busy, man, just keeping the fans really intrigued, man. With the thank God of social media, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, that's
Yep.
You know, like imagine if this wasn't here.
No,
it'll be a sad day for a lot of people.
Different. Like you really gotta go and like. But thank God for social media, man. You touch people within seconds. You know,
and we had some awesome people watching. Like they even DM us like a long paragraph and was like, man, we thank you guys so much.
So unreal sometimes.
Yeah.
Like the love and
We
support.
have an amazing fan base. Like literally, just I can see the love. I can see the love just in the comments here. You know, 19 final draft. We don't care about no ICC, whatever y'all talking about. We get final draft.
And I'm like, we gonna let the fans know this how it started. You know,
team final draft. No, this is family, man.
Yes, sir.
No, man, this is family. This is day one, man. They don't know the history, man.
Yes. So during this pandemic, I want each of you to tell me something that you learned about yourself during this pandemic, whether it was something monumentous or it's just something like, I really don't like binge watching Netflix. Just, what's something that you learned about yourself during this pandemic?
I would say for me, growth, finding, just, it really took that time to really figure out who you are as a person. Time that you didn't have before. In a sense, the stuff that, not saying that you ain't had time, everybody got time to do stuff, but you're just so focused on doing the things. When life was still, you had more time to reflect and see how you can grow, just to be a better individual, better artist. What can I do to enhance myself? That's really what it was in time, being patient with time.
Yeah. And then what he said, and also loving the people more that that are around you and is taking care of you, or the ones you are sincere about. Because when it did hit, when you seeing people like leaving and dying and stuff, it was like crazy. So it actually pull you close to the people that you care about. Like, man, we're here, so we're gonna take this time and we're gonna love more. We're gonna do everything more.
Talk to them more.
That's what I learned with family, and like I said, the people that you really care about. It's like, man, I'm gonna give you your flowers while you're here, because this stuff is really serious. So that's what I kind of took from it.
All right, awesome.
I agree. I mean, I'd say the same thing as him. It's just, just bonding with the people around you, because, you never know when the time is, when that time is, because it's very important to keep that contact, that love that you have for those people around you. So, that's basically mine too.
Like it was like a real way. I feel like it was like a real wake up call for everybody.
It was. Because I really had to be honest. I took it for a joke, and I was like, man, come on. It's another man-made stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no.
The whole world stood still.
Oh, you got to wake up, buddy. That's what he said. I took it serious. I'm like, no, this ain't no joke. So
stuff. In my pocket. I'm like, blank man.
You know what?
So sanitizer.
I thought I'd never find myself bougie, because I'm up on the country. So I was like, we're going to get rid of that country stuff. We're going to get bougie here.
You like
I'm sanitizing everything. I was like, well, I only want to touch that. I'm scared, man.
Absolutely. Well, I know you guys mentioned your team earlier, and I just want to take a moment to shout out your team.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have such a strong, beautiful team. Man. Strong, beautiful Black queens.
Oh, you said that.
Black queens.
Hey, that's right.
Yes, so I definitely want to take a moment to give a shout out to them, because they've always been good to me, especially when it comes to you all. And we got to make our way back to Papados when them cooties leave out.
I'm telling you.
That's time I'm ready for the frog. What was it, frog?
That was alligator.
Yes.
Ready for that.
So for all the
last time I was like,
So for all the Final Draft fans and my ICC friends, I allowed these guys to talk me into trying alligator.
Hey, look.
Yeah. The peer pressure. It was good.
It tastes like chicken.
I passed the plate.
It was good.
Some hot sauce, we didn't think twice about it.
No, we got to the food that day.
That was an amazing time.
So do you have anything scheduled or lined up in support of the album that your fans and the ICC friends can just make sure that we stay locked in to be able to support?
just stay tuned in on our social media. Right now, we're on a press run. The EP just dropped, so we're just doing a bunch of interviews, bunch of radio stuff. We got the video started. It's coming out.
Oh man,
real soon. That's crazy. Got a couple visuals for the EP already. That's ready to go. Getting ready to drop that in. Yeah, it's just going down. Stay tuned. Our final draft, man. Nice. Final draft. All social media to stay tuned with it. Please tune in with us if you want to get these dope shirts. Officialfinaldraft.com.
Speaking of the dope shirt, I'll trade you. I'll give you one of these for one of those.
Oh, you got one coming.
I'll make sure I'll get some of these for some of them.
There you go.
Okay,
that's even swap.
That's a deal. I love you guys so much, and I can't tell you that enough. I've known you for quite some time. It's been a pleasure of mine to actually get to know you and actually watch your career just go on. I remember just stumbling across y'all one day on Instagram, and y'all was singing down, and I was like, "What the heck?" Repost? I was like, repost, and I repost a lot of different things, but the difference between you all and the other people, places, things I repost. You came in, you was like, yo, thank you. And then I was like, thank you. And it was like, thank you. And then, and then we just built that connection that has lasted over the years. So it has been a pleasure for me to watch you all continue to just outdo yourself. And the music just keeps getting better and better. And you just continue to grow and soar. Right here, this new Kings of R&B album, no, there is no arguing that. Like, I will braid my hair up, square up, put my mask on and my gloves. There is no.
That's
it. That's love, man.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you so much, man. Since day one, you've been you're an amazing person inside and out. Beautiful family. Like I said, this is family. Like, this is absolutely deeper than that. You know what I mean?
We just don't get the interviews. We get the other side too. It's been amazing.
That story. Right. She's been showing crazy, tremendous support. She's been, since day one, and we always love and appreciate you. You're a big, big part of our careers. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So we love you for always being there and supporting us.
Of course. We love you more.
Thank you.
So, I'm not letting y'all get up out of here without singing some yang. Exactly. Y'all got me twisted if you think you need up out of here without singing for me.
Yes.
So, I would like to just let y'all choose what y'all want to sing, but I would like to make a request. So I don't know. Y'all have to let me know what I'm allowed to do.
Oh, what you got cooking up?
Because if I get to make a request, my request is going to be again. But I don't know if y'all want to do again or if y'all want to do About You. Yeah. If y'all just want to surprise me with something, we can do all of that.
Right?
Let's do it.
Look at that smile.
Yeah.
Oh, please let me know that it's real.
Okay, so we'll start from here.
All right, bet. Let's do it.
We'll start from here.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Oh, please let me know that it's real. Hold on. You know what?
Oh, okay. I was.
Where can I be with you again? Hey. When can I be with you again? Hey. When can I be with you again? Yeah. When can I be with you again?
Yeah. Oh,
I love y'all so much.
That sounds great.
Y'all got another one for me? I'm good.
Oh, no. That's too.
Oh, jump.
Yeah.
It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you.
I feel like a little 13-year-old. I want to be like, and then I do like this and pass out.
Right? Yeah.
You guys are just so awesome. And,
Thank you.
Well, I could just sing your praises. See what I did right there? I could just sing your praises. And just to let you know, when I was listening to the album, I was trying to drop in my 4th part harmony, but we gonna work that out before we take it public.
Okay.
Yes, so I definitely appreciate you guys, and I thank you so much for joining us tonight. And it's a treat for us. It's a treat for our ICC friends, and it's a treat for Team Final Draft. I love you guys so much. Tell everyone where they can stream, purchase the album. Right.
Man, New Kings of R&B out everywhere on all streaming platforms. Go check it out. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Pandora, Shazam. Wherever you can find music is there. Yes. Thank everybody for the love and support. Thank you, ICC family.
Thank you.
We love y'all, and it's always a pleasure to be here. You know, we got y'all with anything y'all need. It's on your phone call away. We love y'all, man. So
your social media.
Yeah, for sure. All Final Draft, number 4 Final Draft. All social media, man. Yes. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Triller, YouTube. Like and subscribe, man.
Yes. Yeah. I love you guys so much. Give my love to those beautiful queens over there as well.
Shout out to the team, Dukes.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
absolutely. I love you guys so much, and thank you for stopping through tonight and blessing us with your presence, blessing us with your beautiful vocals, and thank you for blessing me with this album that I'm about to put the kids to bed. Some certified grown folk music.
Yes.
R&B from the new Kings of R&B. So I love you guys so much, and thank you for joining us tonight. All right.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Guys.
I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye-bye. My guys. Oh, look, we switched. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, I think something was like,
up to the other side. I love those guys so much. And it literally was me just coming across one of their videos on Instagram one day. You remember, I was like, Karla, these dudes are singing. Yeah. And they were singing like a throwback joint. You know, a lot of times they get online and sing throwback joints. And I shared it, and they reached out and said, thank you. And literally all these years later, we have like had this great, you know, relationship with them and with their team and all of them. So thank you so much.
Law of attraction. I always felt like that with them because I remember it just like it was yesterday. I really do. When you so that's so awesome. They're amazing. Yes,
and I will never forget them jokers making me eat that alligator and Papados. I was like, I didn't want it. They was like, come on, eat it. I was like, I have a video of that somewhere. I need to find it.
Yeah, but you sent me that. You are you, and it's hard to get. Listen, y'all, it's hard to get Zav to eat anything different. I'm telling you,
it is. It is, but they put the pressure on me. I was like, listen.
Very proud of you.
Thank you. I'm like, they gave me the time of day for that interview. The least I could do is oblige them by eating some alligator. Right? Lord. But
was it the nuggets? Was it alligator nuggets, or was it just like...
I can't even remember. I was so traumatized. I was chewing like this. And they was like, yeah. And I was like...
I'm proud of you because you know you. That was for you.
I couldn't let Final Draft punk me in my favorite restaurant. I couldn't let him punk me in there.
Yes.
I can't wait till we get back to those days where we can meet at restaurants and drink good and eat good and laugh and then
see you and come see my. Oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy.
Yeah, it's something else. But I thank everyone who tuned into today's episode of the Ice Cream Convos podcast with our special guest, Final Draft. So I'm very, very excited about that. Now, before we go, I just want to give you guys some quick reminders. This Sunday, P-Valley season finale, down in the Delta where the girls get naked. So I hope all of you did your homework from Tuesday's show and went to see. Did you watch yet?
Listen, you see me turn my head. Not yet. Don't get me. Don't.
As soon as you went like this, I said, that girl didn't watch that damn show.
As soon as you said, did your homework? I heard homework and tensed up.
Well, the season finale of P-Valley goes down this Sunday, and also Power Book 2 Ghost premieres this Sunday. So just make sure that you tune into those shows if you're interested. But if that ain't your type of hype, you can always get with Lovecraft Country over at HBO on a Sunday night, because that is an amazing show as well. And I think that's all I had for my notes. Yeah. Okay. That's it. So I just want to remind all of you guys just to make sure you download the ICC app, because it is very easy to connect with Ice Cream Convos using the app. You can get our blog posts. You can get our socials. You can get our Patreon. You can get anything that you need right there in the ICC app. So be sure to download the app and subscribe to our YouTube page. I see a lot of you guys are listening through YouTube tonight, which is super duper duper cool.
Awesome. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just hit the button.
Just hit the button. Just listen. Be like, get on your Niecy Nash and hit the button. Hey. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, I won't start. I promise. I promise. And last but certainly not least, please connect with us on social media. Ice Cream Convos Podcast is on Instagram, and we are on Facebook. Now, when y'all connect with us, don't just connect and don't say nothing to us.
Yeah,
let's kick it.
Yeah, tell us what y'all want us to talk about. Anything. Let's kick it.
Yeah. So I'm going to put a lot of effort in the coming days to make sure I keep our social media pages fun and engaging.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to get me and Captain Morgan going to do that. So if you do follow us already, thank you very much. If you do subscribe to our YouTube channel already, thank you very much. But thank you for tuning in to tonight's show. Now, on Tuesday, and Tuesday is September 8th, we will be talking with Harold House Moore. He is the actor who was charged and convicted of child molestation. He was jailed only to have all of the charges overturned. So we will be talking with him on Tuesday, because he wants to tell the real story about what happened. And he wants, he is now an activist for, what is it called? Prison reform and all that. So now he is on his activism and all that. So we had Harold Housemore on the show.
That's the homie. I'm so that happening to him just made me feel some type of way, but
Yeah. So it'll be another homecoming. This is our season of homecomings.
I know. It's so, I don't know. It feels good. This is a good way to end out this 2020. I'm just saying, if this is how we going to go into 2021, I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at it either. We're going to come full circle. So we got final draft. Harold is coming back. So maybe I could reach out to John B and see if he'll fool la la with us over here again.
Girl, go hit John up.
I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna see what John talking about.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, John, don't listen to what people say.
Oh, I like that. That was perfect.
Yeah. Just slide through. They don't know about my money. So let's see what John B talking about. But yes, so on Tuesday we will be here. It will be 6 p.m. because I like when we record in the evening. It just feels more laid back and people are more relaxed, right?
Definitely love him.
Yeah. So Tuesday, September 8th, it will be Harold. I don't know why I have such a hard time saying Harold.
Yeah.
Harold.
Yeah.
I want to say Hartley Harold Angel Sing. Okay, so I told y'all I got a song for everything, but it's Harold Housemore. I will go ahead and set up the interview, and I will be pushing that out to all of our socials and YouTube and Facebook and all of that. So you'll be seeing that coming probably tonight. All right. So in the meantime, I love you guys very much. Thank you for always supporting Karla and I. Thank you for checking out Ice Cream Convos. And talk to us.
Hit us up. I'm gonna ask us anything. Lottie, not ask us anything.
Karla, come and talk to me.
Hey, I mean, me.
I'll be like, ow, 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 ow. All right, guys. Have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back on Tuesday. Harold Housemore will be our special guest. All right. So ICC.
We all we got.
Out, y'all.
Have a great weekend. Peace.
Ice Cream Conversation. Ice Cream Conversation.